Hi there, I'm Raj from Refined. In this video, I'm going to run a migration from my server data center instance of Jira Service Management with Refined and move this to Refined sites for JSM Cloud and JSM Cloud. So for this migration, I only want to migrate a single site, not all of the sites that I have on here. And I'll show you how this is done. But the first step is to migrate the Jira content. So on my cloud site, I've already installed Refined. So this is prepped, but then there's nothing on Refined just yet. It's a new installation, nothing set up. And then I don't have my projects here yet, apart from the basic demo one that you get when you install JSM. So I'm going to first migrate that content. So I'm here in the Jira Cloud Migration Assistant. This is step 1, and I'm going to set up a new migration. So I connect to cloud. I'll call this Raj Migrates. I'll do it as a production, and I've entered already my destination cloud site. And then I go ahead and choose migration options. I'm going to select some projects. You can pick exactly what matches your migration. You could do select all data. For the sake of this video, I'm going to do a migration with some select content. So I'm going to pick just these projects that are on the site I want to migrate. Again, if you want to migrate all of them, then you can do that as well. Add these to the migration. Don't want to add that. Only add dashboards from these projects. Only users and groups from these projects again. And then the same thing for customers. And for apps, since I'm going to migrate Refined after this with our Refined Migration Assistant, I don't need to select Refined here. So we run pre-migration checks. Everything looks good. Review the migration. And it looks like we're ready to go. So we run this. All right, so now our migration is complete, and we can confirm that on our cloud site. So if I go into JSM, view all projects, now I can see that the different projects that I wanted to migrate have been sent over. So now I want to migrate Refined. So as mentioned, nothing added on cloud just yet for Refined. What I'm going to do here is use our migration assistant to send over sites to the cloud side. So I go into Refined Admin on my Jira data center instance. So cloud migration mode has been switched on, which means I can then export each of my Refined sites to cloud. So we'll go ahead and start doing that for this site. And then we get our migration assistant here. And here I see that I need to set up some links. So I'm using some links to different portals. This one, I'm okay with it for now to just point to another site. This was an external link pointing to an intranet on our Confluence side. But for this example, I'll just let it point to our website for now. I can choose to replace these links already now if I know what the portals are on cloud. So for that, you can just go into your native help center, service desk. Then you can check what portals these were by just opening them in a new tab. You can see that one of them was an IT service desk, one was an HR service desk. So I can quite easily take that portal and then just replace this rule instead with the new portal number, which is 5. And for the HR one, 3. So I just take that URL. And the reason why I'm taking this and not the entire URL is so once these are included on my Cloud Refined site, they will redirect to the cloud version of Refined, not the native Atlassian Help Center. Cool, so that's set up. Then we continue So then we can see also that there's some unavailable modules that might not work where on cloud, they don't have a cloud equivalent. So for those, I'll say replace them when possible. And if you want to read up on exactly what is replaced and with what module, then read our full migration guides on help.refined.com. I get some feature overviews, so an assessment phase where I can then go through these different things and see how these work on cloud. So I strongly recommend that you go through all of these and understand how the cloud versions work before you migrate. And then the last step is to export the cloud version of your site and then import it on cloud. So I'm going to export this, and now it's downloaded. And then I just need to import on cloud. So for that, I go back to my cloud site here. And then into apps, find sites, and hit get started. And then here I have the option to import server or data center site. I open that up. I'll call this Alto Migrated. Let's put in Raj Alto Migrated. It's an internal support site, and then I upload my site export. Then I go ahead and add that in. And now we're waiting for the site to import. And there we go. So I get a pop-up asking me also to review my site since some things are not migrated. And I can go out into our migration documentation to read more on this and to get more details. But now I can go ahead and open up my site. And if we compare what we had on the data center side, then now I have my site updated. The theme does not migrate. We have a separate video showing you how to recreate the theme. For the sake of this demo, I've done that already in advance, so I have it here. And now I have the same theme as what I had on the server data center side. And finally, I'll also add in a logo here. That's not migrated, but all I need to do is add that in my site configuration. So I go in under configuration, add my logo, and there we go. Then we have fully migrated site from what we had on server data center, now on cloud. On cloud, we also have an updated page building experience. So the landing pages are built with an updated editor, which is why I see this banner at the top. And to show you an example of this, this is what the legacy editor looked like, or what we have also on server data center now. And this is the cloud version, an updated editor for the same. I get an intro tour here. And once I'm done here, then I can see the new edit mode, and I can publish this. And what you would need to do is update for the other elements that you add in, but then also the site footer. So I can go ahead and update that as well. And if I want to make it as close as possible to what we had on the server data center version, then I can simply add a background color here, something similar to what we had. And then for the text, I can change all of this also to a lighter color, something like that. And change this as well. And publish. And then of course I can play around with the width or the height of this rather to make it the same size if I want that. But other than that, I have now been able to migrate my site from server data center to cloud. My JSM support projects are in here as well, same as they were on the server data center side. And that's it. And then you would repeat the process for the second and third and fourth sites if you want to migrate those as well. And that's how it's done. There you have it. Hope this has been useful for you. If you have any questions for us, you're welcome to reach out over at our help center, help.refined.com.